Picture this. You're lying in bed, it's late, the room is completely dark, your eyes are closed, and you're just starting to drift off to sleep. And then, out of nowhere, you feel it. That small, familiar weight landing softly on your chest. You know the feeling, right? 4 little paws meticulously finding their perfect spot. A slow circle, maybe a gentle nudge under your chin, and then absolute stillness. Your cat has chosen you again. Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're unraveling a behavior that is incredibly common, yet profoundly misunderstood by so many of us.
Most of us just smile, give them a little scratch behind the ears, and go right back to sleep without a second thought. But why do they choose your chest? I mean, of all the places in the house. When your cat settles right over your heart, it actually has absolutely nothing to do with what most owners think. It's not just some random, quirky choice. In fact, it's a mystery that researchers have literally spent years trying to decode. Okay, let's dive into this. The great myth of cat ownership is that they're simply using you for warmth and comfort. You're basically just a giant breathing heating pad to them, right? Wrong. The reality? The science points to a completely different motivation. They are actually seeking out your heartbeat, and with it, a profound, deeply wired sense of safety. To really understand this heartbeat connection, we have to go all the way back to the very beginning. This instinct starts before they can even open their eyes. In those first few days of life, a newborn kitten is incredibly vulnerable. They can't regulate their own body temperature, they can't find food. Honestly, they cannot survive a single hour without their mother. So they rely on the one constant lifeline they can actually sense, the steady, rhythmic thump, thump, thump of their mother's chest. Researchers at the University of Vienna actually put this to the test, and the results are absolutely fascinating. They looked at kittens exposed to a steady heartbeat sound versus those without it. The kittens without the heartbeat were super restless, showing clear signs of stress. But the kittens exposed to that steady heartbeat rhythm, they showed dramatically different physiological responses. They breathed slower, they completely calmed down, and they fell into a much deeper sleep way faster.
And this brings us to a crucial biological marker, cortisol. Cortisol is basically a primary stress indicator in the body, and that Vienna study found that the heartbeat rhythm led to dramatically lower cortisol levels in the kittens. This means their nervous system is actively receiving the signal, everything is okay, you are safe. And here is the truly incredible part about all this. This low cortisol state permanently wires the sound of a steady heartbeat to the feeling of absolute, unquestionable safety in the cat's brain for the rest of their entire lives. So let's fast forward to your adult cat. Think about all the amazing places they could sleep in your home. They bypass the warm, sunny windowsill. They completely ignore that ridiculous $50 fluffy bed you just bought them, and they choose you. Why? Well, in the wild, sleep is literally the most dangerous thing a feline can do. Eyes closed, guard down, completely vulnerable to predators. Because of this, choosing a place to sleep is a highly calculated survival decision. Which brings us to some remarkable findings from the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science. When cats sleep in direct physical contact with their owners, they exhibit significantly lower resting stress indicators compared to cats who sleep alone. Think about that for a second. Your mere physical presence actively lowers their biological stress while they rest. You aren't just a comfortable piece of furniture to them, you serve as the ultimate safe place. They chose you to protect them at their most vulnerable. But it gets even more nuanced, because not every chest sleep means the exact same thing. Let's categorize their sleeping positions, starting with a curled ball. This one indicates deep trust, but with a slight element of self-protection. When they have their nose tucked under their tail and their paws folded inward, they definitely feel safe with you. However, this is the most common position, precisely because their ancient survival instincts are still partially active. Your bond is super strong for sure, but they're keeping just a tiny bit of their guard up. Next up, we have the kneading position. You know the exact feeling, when they climb onto your chest and start slowly pushing their paws in and out against you, making biscuits, as we like to call it. When you see this, know that you are their mother figure. They're actively reverting to those kittenhood instincts we talked about earlier, back when they would need to stimulate milk. By doing this right on your chest, they have placed you in the most sacred, trusting role possible in their entire world. And then there's the ultimate milestone, the fully stretched position. Imagine your cat lying completely flat on your chest, all 4 legs loose, belly totally exposed. This indicates zero threat and complete unconditional trust. A cat only ever exposes its belly when it feels absolutely no danger whatsoever. If your cat sleeps stretched out like this on you,
Congratulations! You have achieved a level of trust that most cat owners will actually never reach. Actually, I want to slow down for a moment and shift gears, because there's another aspect to this behavior that is truly profound. It's a moment that changes everything. I want you to think back to the last time you were sick. Really, truly sick. You were lying in bed, completely exhausted, just miserable. Did you notice that your cat stayed remarkably close to you? Did they sleep on your chest more than they usually do?
Now, what's really interesting about this is how it shatters the stereotype. We often think cats are aloof or independent, but they actually possess remarkable sickness detection capabilities. They are biologically sensitive to the slightest rising body temperature, minuscule shifts in your breathing patterns, and subtle alterations in your heart rate. When you're unwell, all of these things change slightly, and your cat feels every single bit of it. And they aren't just using your fever for extra warmth either. According to the journal Anthrozoas, during human illness, cats display measurably increased proximity behavior compared to healthy days. Science has finally validated what so many of us have intuitively felt for years. When you're unwell, they actively alter their daily routine to stay closer to you. They are actively responding to you, checking on you.
Something deep within their ancient instinct activates. It basically tells them, this one needs me right now. I am here. Now, they obviously can't bring you medicine, and they certainly can't call a doctor, but they use the one powerful tool they do have, their physical presence. They press their warm body against yours, find that heartbeat connection, and try to provide the exact same comfort and safety to you that your heartbeat always provides to them.
So, you're pinned down. You're experiencing what is affectionately known as feline paralysis. How should you respond to this incredible display of trust? Well, the magic number here is 60. 60 seconds. That is the absolute minimum amount of time you must let them settle when they first land on your chest. If you shift immediately or shove them off as soon as they jump up, they quickly learn that your chest is an unstable, unpredictable environment, and eventually, they'll just stop seeking it out. Let's walk through the exact steps you should take. Step 1. Let them settle fully. Give them that 60 seconds minimum to circle, knead, and find their perfect spot before you even attempt to adjust your own position. Step 2. Match their breathing. And step 3, do not reach to pet them immediately. A lot of owners make the mistake of either freezing for hours in total discomfort or immediately starting to pet them aggressively. Just let them be still first. Follow their lead. If they want contact, they'll initiate it. And this brilliantly illustrates the hidden power of step 2, respiratory synchrony. This is the act of deliberately slowing your inhales and exhales to match your cat's breathing rhythm. When they're on your chest, take a long, slow inhale and a long, slow exhale. They will feel your chest rise and fall, and their breathing will naturally begin to match yours. This isn't just relaxing, it actively deepens your bond at a verifiable biological level. You are literally turning a simple resting moment into a scientifically validated bonding technique. We've covered a lot of incredible science in this explainer today, from cortisol levels and wild survival instincts to sickness detection and respiratory synchrony, but I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. When you feel that weight on your chest tonight, ask yourself, out of every place in their entire world, who is their safest place? It's not a warm spot, it's you. The purring weight on your chest is quite literally the sound of unconditional love and trust.